Hello and welcome to the Kim Gravel Show. I am Zach Miller, the show's producer. Kim is not here this week, but she gave me a really great challenge. She asked me to put together a best of episode featuring Leanne Morgan, who has been on our show 2 times. She is blowing up right now. She is everywhere. She has a new sitcom that just came out on Netflix a few months ago. Her comedy is exploding all over the internet, and we thought it would be incredible to see some of the previously unreleased video from the first time we had her on the show, which was before we were even doing a video show. So what you're gonna see is unreleased Zoom footage from Leanne's first interview with us, as well as a bunch of clips from a more recent interview. It is incredible. It is so much fun. Leanne even talks about how her dream was to be a sitcom star, and here she is achieving her dreams. It's so funny. It's so much fun. It's some of our most popular episodes ever. So check it out. Here's the best of Leanne Morgan.
And listen, I've got my water, so but listen, I put a little something in it. I got the electrolytes going. My sons have got me going on this electrolyte thing.
Sorry. When you said he put a little something in it, I was got a little worried. I was like, Kim, you don't drink, so I don't like what you put in there, Kim.
Well, and then I said my sons are teaching me. I was like, oh, that don't sound good at all.
Oh, that doesn't sound good. These high schoolers, okay. you know, they're a bad influence, Kim.
You think I trust them as far as I can pick their tails up and throw them? I do not. But anyway, that's a whole nother show. Let's get back to business. We've had this guest on the show before. We both fell in love with her. I was already in love with her. I'm a big fan. And since then, not to say she came on our show and blew up, but I'm just saying.
That's the Kim Gravel bump, baby.
I'm kidding you. Her career has just taken off. We had to have her back on the show. She's so relatable. She isn't afraid to be a Southern mom who tells it like it is. And y'all, she was just most recently named Forbes 50 over 50. Leanne Morgan, welcome to the Kim Gravel Show.
Leanne Morgan.
We are super fancy here, woman.
Y'all are. Who's saying that?
We had to hire somebody just for you.
Just for you, Leanne.
Oh, my Lord. Can I have that?
You can.
You can.
Here we go.
Leanne Morgan.
Harmonies and everything, honey. We spare no expense here, Leanne. None.
Oh, my gosh. Well, I've never had anything like that. Thank you.
Girl, I love you so much.
You.
Okay. I'm so glad you're here because podcast is going everywhere and I want everyone to know about you and just experience you. Girl, what in the world? Is God good or what? Do we need to just talk about that first?
I've done this for 20-something years and, barely nobody cared. I would get television deals, but they wouldn't make it. But things were really not great.
Right.
And then this to happen to me at 57 after I've raised my children.
Yeah.
I know that was God's timing.
But can we talk about that a little bit? Because I know you're not shy about your faith and you know I'm not about mine. But there's something about his timing that A, is unpredictable and B, is bigger than we ever dreamed. Would you say, can you relate to that?
I can. Because I knew this. I felt this would happen to me when I was a child. Like 9 or 10 years old. I feel like God revealed it to me.
I was going to say, did you know that was your calling?
I did. I thought I would think it, and then I'd think, am I crazy? Nobody else in Adams, Tennessee is talking about being a movie star. Is it just me? Am I alone? Then I got to thinking, as I got older, I thought, am I like one of those kids on American Idol that think they can sing? And I thought, maybe I'm crazy. And then... but I feel like God always revealed it to me and just wait. And through bad times and when nothing was happening and bad things were happening and I would say, God, what is this? What? And he would speak to me and say, just hold on. Trust me, just hold on. And it would always be about this happening for me.
It's the beautiful thing about God too is that when he gives it to you, he don't just give it to you, he gives it through you to other people as well. And to me, that's what you're doing. Like how you say that little woman in Iowa came and said, you got me through chemo. And then how you're inspiring women and men that are in this age of their life, this time of their life, the season. to get out and do what your dreams and goals are. Isn't that the truth, though? He's so omnipotent, whatever that word is. He's so that.
Yes. And just, yes, all of that. You are so smart and you can articulate well the things I said blubber over. But yes, he is so big and carries us in the palm of his hand, and he knows what, like the things, I've shot a movie with Reese Witherspoon and Will Ferrell.
Girl, that was my next question.
And that came out of nowhere. Well, I know where that was. That was a God thing.
You have helped me get through a many a night. That sounds weird. Don't take that wrong. When I was sitting on the couch at COVID eating a bag of Oreos, and I would sit there and my kids like right up on me, you know what I'm saying? Just right up under me. And they're old. They're like 13 and 15 now, but just all up in my grill. My husband, your videos, y'all go listen to this woman's videos. Leanne, how did you,
Thank you.
How, when, where, what has caused you to be this phenomenon?
Oh, you don't? Well, I've done it 22 years.
It always starts with that. Well, I've done it a quarter of a century.
I got started, and I think people are shocked by that because they think I'm just coming on the scene.
You're overnight
people
success.
That know me. Yeah. I wish that I was so brilliant that I, like Jerry Seinfeld, that I could look at a cotton ball and write a bit, but I don't. It doesn't work that way for me. I talk about what happened, when my kids were little on a t-ball field, or when I was pregnant, found out I was pregnant with my third baby. But it's all from, just stories that have happened.
I can relate to you in so many ways. What is it like being your age? And I'm 50. I just turned 50 this year.
Oh.
My career it's more on fire than it has ever been. And you are too. And I just talked to another woman about this the other day. What is it about women at our age that people are really turning on to now?
And isn't it wonderful? And I don't know if it's that I'm comfortable with who I am and this is who it is and take it or leave it. And that people are attracted to that, because everything.
People love that.
Everything on Instagram is, and everybody's fanny's big. When I was growing up, my fanny's big, but I was ashamed of it. They made us feel ashamed of it. And now everybody's got a big fanny and a little waist and some yoga breeches. And everybody looks contoured. And there's times when my baby child, who's a professional makeup artist, she'll bake and contour me, but bake and she does all that. But I think people want real. I really do. And especially the horror that we're in and the world coming to an end and Jesus coming back, which I think he is. I mean, good night.
Listen, I want to be caught up with him when he comes.
I do too. I want to go too. I don't want to stay down here and fight. I want
to be beside you because I know we're going to laugh and eat the whole way up.
Eat and have a ball. Yes, we would. Yes, we would. I'm a glass half full kind of girl. I feel like I'm pretty positive, except when I feel fat. I'm going through like perimenopause. My thyroid medicine's all.
Oh, I'm full blown menopausal. Like it's been a while, and not to overshare, but my cycle is so irregular. It's like
Oh, you're in it. You're in it.
I'm
right
in
now.
it, and I think I'm early menopause. My mom went through it for 10 years. She was evil.
Perimenopause lasts 10 years. They don't tell you that.
Oh, is that what? Maybe that's what I'm in. Maybe that's what I'm in.
You're in peri because your cycle's getting funky. And I had a podcast called Sweaty and Pissed, Menopause and More. Did you know that? With my nurse practitioner who is brilliant.
Help me, Jesus. I'm sweaty and pissed.
Sweaty and Pissed, Menopause and More. Start listening to that. We don't do it anymore, but it was very successful.
It's super fun. I listened to a few of them when we were prepping for this episode.
It's really
fun. My darling.
It's a fun show.
Sweaty and Pissed.
And she talked about medical stuff, and I talked about pinto bean recipes,
Yes.
and Johnny Cash is in heaven. I believe he's a believer. I said it's crazy mess. But she talked about she is a hormone guru.
Okay.
And she said perimenopause lasts 10 years.
Wow.
And when you get into full menopause, they know what to do because you're not up and down. Right now, you're like a middle school girl. That's what you're like.
Well, and my son is 15 and he's evil too. It's like, I'm just like, with his hormones and my hormones. And then we both eating like y'all, this is true story, Leanne. And then I don't know, I feel like I've known you forever, but I found I had hidden a box of Whitman's chocolate from Valentine's in my bottom drawer and I had forgotten about it.
Yes.
And last night I opened that drawer and I almost started speaking in tongues running up and down the bedroom. I was like, hallelujah, God, I found the Whitman's chocolate. I thought I had hit the mother lode. What
you did.
Is it?
You did. I love a Whitman's box of chocolates. And I don't eat all of them because I don't like a cream.
Oh, okay.
But I do love a good solid chocolate, and I like a caramel, and I like. But
you don't do the marshmallow stuff on the
I'm not crazy about it. My husband will eat it. He'll eat anything. But you need to get yourself straightened out. Get somebody that will listen to you. I would get a female, a nurse practitioner, or a PA, somebody that's been trained in hormones. Women need to know on this podcast that
they do.
That bioidentical hormones are very protective for your heart. And all kinds of things that they didn't know about. So you need to get yourself.
Well, does it help with the chin hairs that are growing out of my chin?
Well, sounds like you're producing a lot of testosterone and that can surge. So yes, that is a big black fish hair coming out of it could be out of your eyebrow. I've got one that comes out of my eyebrow that's the size of this mouse. And then I had them on my chin. They're gone now. I used to, when I would be pregnant, there would be one come out of my stomach.
Well, I've had them come out of stuff in other areas.
Yeah.
The areola.
That's probably a little that's a little testosterone right there. So you need to talk to somebody about it. And don't let people put pellets in you because you'll think, oh, I get a pellet. I'll want to do it with my husband. And then he's going to give me a new purse. That pellet will put a big rush of testosterone and you'll be a whore and it'll be fun and it'll all be great. And then that dips off and then you'll be sitting in a closet turning a lamp on and on. So don't do that. Take some steady, a cream, Do
you see what I'm saying, Zach? The woman is she's just one me. She said you'll be turning a lamp on and off. It's summertime, y'all. And that means soaking in the sun, hitting the pool, and showing off some skin. Well, for some of us, it's showing off some skin. And Factor meals are my weight loss secret. And it keeps me feeling good and looking great all summer long and keeping my belly full too, because it's good. I love Factor, and you will too. My BFF Amy is obsessed with Factor, and my husband and kids are always eating my Factor meals because they're chef crafted, dietitian approved, and are ready in just 2 minutes, taking the hassle out of eating well. You don't have to think about it. You just pop it in the microwave, hit it for 2 minutes, and you're ready to go. They're so easy. They arrive fresh and ready to eat right to your door. Choose from nutritious gourmet options like Calorie Smart. They've got a Protein Plus, a Keto, which is what I love and live by, and so much more. And all their foods taste so yummy and taste fresh. They have these pork chops, y'all. Let me tell you something. Being a Southern woman, I know a good pork chop. I'm obsessed with them. So get started at factormeals.com/Kim50off and use code Kim50off to get 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code Kim50off at factormeals.com for 50% off your first box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Get delicious, ready-to-eat meals delivered with Factor. Offer only valid for new customers only, with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Factormeals.com/Kim50off. And let's make this summer a summer to remember with Factor. You're going to love it.
This is what changed for me. Because I was really getting down. Things were really not going well. I had done a dry bar special. I had gotten a lot of views, like 50-something million.
When did that happen? When was all that happening in relation to the blow up?
That was in 2018, I believe. I shot that.
Okay.
And the dry bar came out, and it got a lot of views, and I got some fans, but I could not sell tickets. Nobody cared. My manager was putting me in comedy clubs, and I was not selling. Not many comedy clubs. A lot of people wouldn't book me, and they were saying, we love her, she's sweet, she doesn't get drunk and fight in the parking lot, but we're not going to have her back. She can't sell tickets. And then I was getting a lot of work. It was sweet. It was like a lot of churches, women's groups, and I love those things are easy, fun. You get a bunch of women together and they're selling Mary Kay in the lobby and there's a taco truck out front. You could get up there and just spend your own purse and they go nuts because women are so fun together. But I was doing a lot of those kind of things where they would say, well, we really don't have a big budget. And then we can't pick you up at the airport. So I'd get in an Uber with somebody that I thought was going to murder me. And then, or say to me, I've never felt this way about anybody in my life. I'm going to need your phone number. I'm in love with you. And you're like, what? So it was a year of that I was worn down.
Sure.
And I thought, if this is, and I remember praying about it and saying, God, if this is what it's going to be, I've had a good time. I've had a good run, but I can't do this. I don't want to be scared. I don't want to be worn down for no money, for very little money. I'm okay. I'll go to work at Target.
Right.
And then
at least you'd get a discount. At least you'd get a discount,
yeah,
girl.
And I love a Target. But, last ditch effort. What I started doing is I'd always been a comedy fan, and I had been watching. I've always been a Jim Gaffigan fan, and I'm good friends with Nate Bargatze. Mm-hmm. And Nate Bargatze was blowing up, and I was watching what he was doing. And I think this is important in anybody's line of work. If you see somebody successful that's doing what you want to do, what are they doing? Watch them, see what they're doing, learn from somebody. So I started watching what they were doing, and I said to my manager at the time, I said, they have got social media people, and I'm up here, putting up pictures of beagles or dachshunds, and I don't know what I'm doing. and he didn't understand how it worked either.
How impactful it is.
Yeah. And he goes, I don't know. And I go, I think I need social media people. And he goes, you can't afford it. He tried to talk me out of it. Yeah. Nobody reads the newspaper anymore. No. Nobody's listening to, there are radio stations, but it's just a whole different world. And I realized, and I give myself that credit. I'll give myself a Snoop Dogg pat on the back.
There you go. Brush your shoulder off, Leanne.
Yeah. Because Snoop Dogg says, sometimes you got to say, you know what? I thank myself for doing that. I want to
thank me. Yeah. I want to thank me.
I want to thank me for working like a mule. But also, I thought, I went against my manager and I said, I'm doing this, and I know it's expensive, but it was the first time in 20-something years that I had really invested in my career. I went years without a website. If I made money in gigs, and I made money through the years, but not a lot, but it was okay. I would buy my children uniforms. I'd get their hair cut. That was kind of me and Chuck Morgan's silent thing. If you're going to do this little thing called comedy, then you can take care of the groceries and the whatever. So I never put extras. Yeah, and I never put money into a website. I never saved any money, and he'd have to pay my taxes, and that was a whole nother thing. April was a terrible time in our household, But I didn't have a website. I had 3 headshots in 20 years, which is stupid. And I would get somebody's cousin to take my picture in the yard,
Sure.
Sure. And,
Totally been there.
So I decided to invest in myself, and I hired these young guys, and I said, I'm going to give y'all 3 months. That's all the money I got. But I made the decision I'm going to invest in myself. And if it doesn't work, that's okay. That'll be God's sign. I'll go work at Target, or I'll pop popcorn at a NASCAR track. I've always thought that would be a fun job too. But darn, if those young guys who were darling put 1 or 2 clips, I can't remember, but they went viral, and it was different than Dry Bar. Dry Bar went viral for me. But I could not sell tickets. I don't know what the difference was. If people that watch Dry Bar, a lot of them don't go out. I don't know. But those clips caught fire, just like somebody set off a match. And then I think people were like, well, what else does she have? Who is this woman? Right. I think that's funny. I'll go look at that. And then they started calling comedy clubs all over the United States, we want Leanne Morgan. And I didn't even have an agent. The agents would pass on me, would not take me. And I started selling out all over, and then this all happened after that.
I think we've lived in such an age of filters and fake and presenting the best thing and putting on the best show and never showing your flaws or your problems or your upset. Like I said something the other day on air at QVC, and I just said I just want to just absolutely knock every teeth out of the mouths of my children. Because they're teenagers and all they're doing now is like, what? I mean, it's just the smart mouth, cocky little 16-year-old. I said, I've brought you in, I'll take you out. I mean, and I saw more tops because I said that. It's because it's relatable.
I was in LA working on my new hour for this Just Getting Started tour. This is a whole new thing separate from Netflix. And my team, said, oh, do you want to go to the Famous Comedy Store? Which I had been there as a patron, and I had loved it. And I, like 30 years ago, and I dreamed of being on that stage, and they put me up. And they put me up in the belly room, which is the little room like where people start open mic, because it's a big deal to get on that main stage, and people like Quentin Tarantino and Elon Musk are watching the main stage, and they were like, we're not going to put you on that stage, we'll put you in this little hole called the belly room. So anyway, I get up there and I'm talking about some of my new material that is very relatable, and about my kids and them growing up, and I had to follow a guy talking about porn and his girlfriend catching him watching, I don't even know. And then I go out in the hallway at the comedy store, and they're like, get out of the hallway. You can't even stand in the hallway because you're not anybody. And I go and stand outside, and the young people that had been in the belly room came by and they said, can I hug you?
Oh, Leanne. And
they hugged me. And I go, well, yeah. And I think that you're onto something with everybody is sick of it. The world seems like it's coming to an end. The world's on fire. And I think everybody, and I think everybody is torn up and worried. We got enough to worry about that. I think when they hear somebody like me, who's a mama, who talks about something familiar when they were with their mama in a minivan or whatever, it's comfort to them.
It's home. It's home.
Yeah. And I think I've hit that niche. But I have raised a bunch of kids, and I am a grandmama, and I do cook, and I do like to do people's laundry. But I think people, young people too, need just comfort and not, you're right, a big filter that everybody doesn't have millions of dollars. Everybody's not in a bikini on a yacht. All of that business.
And I want to know who those people are that are, because I think it's less than 0.5% of the population. I hadn't been in a bikini ever. I couldn't even wear a bikini when I could. It's just one of those things, Leanne. You know what I mean?
Oh, I wish if we could tell every young person in the world, wear that bikini when you think you are not what you need to be. You're wrong.
You're wrong. You are dead wrong. Dead wrong. I would kill to have that body that I hated back when I was in my 20s. I would absolutely just go and take somebody out to have that back.
I know. And then my little mama says to me, who's 80, who's so wise, Leanne, don't be unhappy with this body now, because you're going to dream, you're going to wish you had that body. And this body's been good to me. I could get pregnant like that. I could breastfeed. I have eaten white flour and sugar and drank Diet Coke. I've been constipated for 30 years, and my body's still working for me.
It's a miracle of God. The kidneys are there, everything.
It's a miracle.
Handle a lot of pain, had 3 children, birthed 3 children through your private parts.
Well,
that's a miracle.
Two through my doings, 1 C-section, honey. So there was all kinds of stuff going on.
No, I've never heard that. 2 through my doings.
Doings.
I'm gonna have to beep that. I don't know. I'm beeping it.
No, you don't beep it. Two through my doings. You have to say that, because my doings ain't been doing very much lately. So I love calling it doings. Travis is gonna be getting a doings text. I'm gonna say my doings hadn't.
Oh my gosh.
That's oversharing.
I like that word.
Leanne is always sharing too much. She's sharing too much. You're going the extra mile, and I love it.
I'm going to break into this conversation right now because, Leanne, you're not going to get away without having to do a...
Zack attack. Oh, Lord.
So this is a segment of the show where I break in to do a game with our guest. Kim has no idea what this game is going to be. I have not shared this with her. Leanne, since your comedy is so much about like stories from you and your kids and your family, I thought it would be fun to explore what you were like as a kid. So what better way to do that than for you and Kim to both take a BuzzFeed quiz that's called,
Oh, Lord.
Sorry, but if you did more than 13 of these things as a teenager, I'm grounding you.
Okay.
So we're going to find out basically if you were a good kid as a teen or kind of a troublemaker.
Okay. I'd like to know. I can't even remember.
I can't either.
There's a lot of questions. We might not get to all of them, but let's see where we're at. I'm going to keep score and we'll see who had more.
Who was the
fun? I like this. I like it, my darling.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just to give credit, this is written by Kelly Martinez on the BuzzFeed staff. So thanks, Kelly. We'll put the this quiz into our show notes. And we'll start. Leanne, did you ever ditch school?
No.
Kim?
No, I'm a rule follower. No, that freaked me out. Yeah, but I did other horrible things. Okay. Horrible, sinful, horrible. Okay.
Can't wait. Were you ever grounded?
Yes, but maybe once, not much.
I'm still grounded, Leanne. My parents I'm still in trouble right now for talking back to my mother.
I thought I was like, Kim sort of was like, from what I know, is like kind of a goody two shoes as a kid. I
have a smart mouth. I had a smart mouth. Yeah.
Okay. Leanne, do you remember what you were grounded for?
I think I was, I think I got caught making out with somebody.
What?
Ooh. All right. Yeah. Well, that's a question for later.
Okay. Let's save that. Let's save that.
I've always loved men.
I love them too, honey.
We'll unpack that.
Oh, okay. That's a whole nother podcast. Keep going, Zach.
Did you ever get detention?
No.
Yes, I did.
Oh, Kim, you're 3 for 3 right now.
Well, I tried to take over my chorus teacher, Miss Edwards. I just thought she was the dumbest thing on the planet and I could just teach the class. And so she finally gave me detention after like 4, infractions.
Mm-hmm. I bet you could have taught it.
I sure could have, Leanne. I'm a type A person. Right? She was slow. Like, come on, lady. I love Miss Edwards.
Did you ever throw a party while your parents were away?
No,
I didn't either. My dad would have killed me.
We lived out in the country. It was dark. No.
It was dark.
Okay, this is a good one. And I think maybe we might get a yes out of Leanne. I don't know. Did you ever take your parents' car without permission?
No.
Oh. Leanne, I am a heathen. I took it out. I didn't even start it. I just put it in neutral and we pushed it out the garage. It was a brown Malibu. Leanne, you did nothing.
No, because I'm from the country and we all start driving real young. Like they say, get in the car and go get that bale of hay. I mean, I didn't. Yeah,
it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. I could drive anytime I wanted to. Yeah.
Did you ever? And so this is for you, Leanne. Did you ever get caught hooking up with somebody?
Yes. Oh Lord. All the time, honey. I was out making out with somebody all the time. And they'd be like,
who was your first boyfriend? Do you remember his name?
Yes, Warren Corbin. Little Warren Corbin. And he was precious. And I tormented him. And I would make out with little Warren Corbin in his, he had a Monte Carlo, 79 Monte Carlo. And sometimes I talk about it on stage. And he is a precious, precious human being. And he was darling. He was my first boyfriend.
Oh, I love it. I remember my first love too.
Who was that, Kim?
Stephen Pereira. I'll never forget it.
These little boys sound so cute.
Mine was cute.
Mine was too. And sweet too.
Yeah. And I probably weighed more than my first boyfriend. But
me too. I know I do. I did then too. My butt was, and that was a rule. I thought, should my butt be bigger than the man I go with?
Did you ever blow off studying to do something more fun?
Oh, yeah. Lord, yeah. I didn't study. Yeah, I didn't need that. Yeah. My Methodist minister had to write my junior term paper because I blew it off and procrastinated. And I went to him and said, oh, Shat, you've got to help me write this freaking term paper. And he was like, okay, because he knew I was torn up, and he helped me write it.
We have what we like to call in is the rapid fire questions. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm just going to ask you 3 or 4 questions, and I don't want you to think about it because you're so quick witted. You won't. You'll just, whatever rolls off the tongue, say it.
Okay.
What do you always take with you on the road when you travel?
Lots of medicine, anti-diarrhea, anti-nausea. I just got this thing like I'm worried something, what in the world? It's just me. What am I going to do if something happens? So I take a lot of pills. I always worry that the airport, they're going to go, she needs to be in the hospital because I carry so many pills.
What's your favorite junk food?
Oh, Lord. I'm a cake person. I like cake. But then when you say junk food, Lord, I love a cheeseburger and a French fry. But I love a chicken tender. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot. I like junk food. I like a good Frito. Oh, my Lord, a Frito chip.
Oh, yeah. Fritos are good. Yep. Fritos and
goldfish.
That Dean's Ranch dip. Have you ever Dean's French onion dip on the Ruffles?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Last question. I think is our most important one. Who is your celebrity crush?
Matthew McConaughey.
What? Good one. He's a good one.
He's a good one. I feel like I have a lot of the same philosophy he has. I believe in dreams. I believe in going for it. I believe in destiny. I believe in he's a believer. I know God's got his hand on me. I just love him. And I think he's beautiful. I thought he was beautiful. But I also think he's some of that old school kind of guy that could kick a door in if you needed him to. You know what I mean? And I like that. I like it when a man can kick a door in, dig a hole, build a fire. I do. And I think he's got that.
He's got it. Now, does Mr. Morgan have it?
Yes. If there's a terrorist attack, y'all come to my house.
Okay, I'm coming.
Morgan will tend to it. It doesn't matter. I mean, he was never in the military, and he likes to play golf, and he loves a club sandwich and a Diet Coke and tennis. But if push comes to shove, honey, he could tend to. Yeah, he could build a bunker. Yeah, he could. He'd knock somebody's teeth out. Yeah.
How long did it take your kiddos to get comfortable? Were they always comfortable with you being on stage telling all their business?
Yes. Now, in middle school, they said, do not speak my name out of your mouth like Will Smith and Chris Rock. They said, do not. And I didn't. I had said one thing about Charlie going through puberty on
Lord.
WIVK radio in Knoxville. And I thought, he was at school, and I thought, well, I didn't think I said anything wrong. And I was just talking about him going through puberty, and one of his little friends was going to an orthodontist appointment and heard it.
Lord.
And came to school and said, your mom was talking about your puberty. And Charlie said, do not ever do that again. And I didn't. I did not. I took it very seriously. And Maggie also said, do not come to this middle school with those yoga pants on. But anyway, I need to write that down.
How do you handle criticism from people on social media? And do you get a lot of it? You probably don't get a lot of it, but if you do, how do you handle it? There's a lot of people out there that are jealous or that sit behind a keyboard and can bully. How do you handle criticism?
Well, when Dry Bar came out, I got more hateful comments than I've ever, and I think we all did on Dry Bar. There was something about that time, and maybe we went into the pandemic, and people were just, I don't know what was wrong, but they said horrible things to me, and it got me down. Down. And then my middle child, who is so smart, Maggie, said, you know what, Mom? I was at her apartment in Chattanooga, and she said, I was telling her how it really hurt my feelings. And she goes, you know what? Jimmy Fallon has people on, and they read them, like Jennifer Aniston will read what people have said about her, Blake Shelton. I think it was Jimmy Fallon. Maybe it was, yeah, I think so. But anyway, these stars would take that power back by reading the comments and get so tickled over them because they're crazy. And Maggie said, let's do that, Mom. Let me film you. I was sitting on her bed that we bought at Costco. And she said, let me film you and read some of these crazy comments. And we did, and we laughed so hard that we were weak. And it was stuff like, I'd rather have an abdominal wound than listen to you. You're so not funny. Or you said the word butthole, and I cannot listen to comedy innocently anymore. And I mean, just stuff that had worried me to death. And then when you read it out loud, you think, oh my gosh, that is so funny. And it really took that, I got my power back. And I thought, you know what? God loved that little man that would rather have an abdominal wound than
God
to
bless
hear me
him.
talk. God bless him. And they asked me in Just for Laughs Comedy Festival in Montreal in July. I was in part of that, and I was in the Variety's top 10 comics to watch. And on that panel, they asked us, what do you do about these people, these haters and these people that comment on stuff? And there was a lot of young comedians coming up on that panel. And Lord, I was the oldest one and a grandmama. And I just said, you know what? That's sad. That is sad. If somebody's got to sit and have time to do that, God love them, pray for them. Because that, I mean, I think that's sad. When you have grandbabies and
Okay.
oh my gosh, I hope you receive this. I mean, it is a whole nother love. It's not better than your children, because I adore my children and I've been in love with them and I'm crazy about them and I'm very close to all of them.
Were you crazy about them I know, but were you crazy? Okay, help me out personally. Listen, I'm gonna be selfish here for a second. Were you crazy about them when they were teenagers, Leanne?
Well, I did a whole bit about Maggie being so hateful when she was 16. It went viral.
Okay.
And it had 50 million views. And I think it was because, and people bring teenage girls to my shows.
Oh my gosh,
and they'll
Leanne.
go at her, and she'll go, but when Maggie was 16, I think this is what I think happens. I think that they know they're leaving. They have to grow up. They're worried. They feel a tug away from you. They know they've got to go make these decisions. They got to take that darn ACT.
I know. The devil. That's the devil.
Awful. And it means nothing. Anyway.
Nothing. But you're like, you better get a good grade, but it means nothing, but you better get it.
It's going to affect your future. No, it won't. If y'all knew what I made on my ACT. I don't know how the University of Tennessee let me in, but I think back then it was just they didn't put that much into it. But I will go to my grave knowing my ACT score. My children, when I get the flu and I'm like hallucinating and I've got a high fever, they're like, "What's your ACT score?" Trying to find it out, and I do not. They'll never know it.
You'll take it into the grave. Take it to the grave.
But I think that God makes them hateful because he knows that you're torn up, you're grieving because they're leaving. They don't want to be dependent on you, but they don't want to be, and they're struggling and they're trying, and all that together. I believe that God allows that, and they get so hateful that then you can let them go on to college or wherever they're going to go, and it's so much easier because they have been so hateful and you're scared of them. But they come back around. And they're your very best friend.
All right, Leanne, that's where I'm at, honey. I am at the get on up and get your college cup going. It's time. You got a year, baby. You out. Bye, Felicia. I mean, that's where we're at. And then the next night, I'm like, oh, God, what am I going to do with it? Okay. So I'm an emotional wreck, too. That's it. I'm saying God has made them evil so that I want to kick them out. But they come back around.
But they come back around. Now they'll be in their 20s. It's going to take a long time.
Well, I could take a break for a minute. Yeah, I could use a break.
And I think, boys are girls are hateful and cut you quick, like tell you stuff about your hair or something that messes with you. But boys like just start, ignoring you or saying or eye rolling. And that's hard because that's your boy.
Yes.
But they are really trying to be independent and they want to
go on
their own. And that's a good thing.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing.
If they were down and wanted to stay up under you, that would be something to worry about.
Oh, I'm not. Mine are ready to spread their wings and prepare to fly, which is good. But the eye rolls and the the verbiage they use, I don't even understand. I think I got to Google it to see what they're saying. And they talk, and I'm like, what did you just say? I don't understand. They talk like they don't enunciate. I know. So, But you know what? I'm going home tonight. Exactly what I'm doing. I'm putting on the Leanne Morgan special. I'm Every Woman, and y'all better watch it too. Okay, Leanne, before we let you go, we do this every show. We ask rapid fire questions.
Rapid fire questions.
I don't want you to think about it. I just want you to say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
All right. When you are popping your popcorn at the NASCAR track, do you like it sweet or salty?
Salty.
Okay. If your kids wrote a thank you note about something from their childhood, what would they thank you for?
Being fun.
Was your husband not fun?
No, he's not fun.
He's not.
And he knows it. And he don't want anybody to be fun. And he takes pride in it. I think they would say, thank you, Mom, for being so fun. We had a ball. Mm-hmm.
Okay. If biscuits could talk, what advice would they give?
They would say, you probably shouldn't be eating me, girl.
If your life was made into a movie, if your life story was made into a movie, what would the title be?
What pops in my mind is jewelry girl. Jewelry girl, yeah.
Jewelry girl.
I sold jewelry, yeah, because I sold jewelry in women's houses like Mary Kay when I got started.
I had no
jewelry
idea.
girl.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear that. I can't wait to read your memoir. Who would play your lead? Who would play you in the movie?
I think little Reese Witherspoon could. Now,
I was getting ready to say the same thing.
I weigh 100, probably 200 pounds more than she does.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
And she comes to my waist, but I think she could do it. Because
she would totally do it.
Say.
Right. No, listen, I always say, like, for me, if anybody ever play, I want my player to play up. I don't want it to be the real me. I want it to elevate me on screen. I'm fine with that.
Yes.
I'm fine with that. Okay. If we peeked inside your fridge, what would we see?
You would see a lot of pickles. I've got a thing
I
about
love pickles, sweet or like butter, because people don't know about that's a very southern thing. Bread and butter pickles are huge.
Bread and butter and relish and Chuckle say, please don't bring any more bread and butter. But I get to the store and I'm like, oh my gosh, do we have any bread and butter? So I buy more. So then there's a bunch of jars.
That's mine too. I don't know what it is about the sweet relish. Now, do you make egg salad with sweet relish?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a southern thing too. Most people don't do that.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah, and like you go up north, or they don't make egg salad, or in California, they don't make egg salad with sweet relish. And they don't know what they're missing.
They don't know what they're missing because it's like a big deviled egg.
It's okay, I'm moving on because I'm hungry. If you were ever arrested in high school, what would it have been for?
Making out in people's private property.
Okay.
In cars, making out on people's farms. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that could have been illegal back then. Now I'll take just to make it out. Let's just keep it there. What's next for you?
I really hope to do more movies and television.
I love it.
And when I got started, I wanted to be a sitcom star because I'm that age where I grew up watching Roseanne and Ray Romano and Tim Allen and all. And that's what I really wanted. And I think that's more in my future now. But I enjoyed shooting a movie. And I think I can do it.
I know you can,
not Meryl
Leanne.
Streep, but I think I could do comedy. But I think that's what I'd like to do.
I think that's what you're going to do, and we're going to just sit back and watch it. I can't wait to have my appointment TV with Miss Leanne Morgan. Thank you for coming. I love you dearly.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you angel, for lifting me up, you doll. Thank you.
Honey, listen, you are one of a kind, and you know what? God don't make no junk or make mistakes. When he told you that at 9, he meant it, and I'm your biggest fan. There you go.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you.
I love you.
Darling. Thank you. I love you.
All right, come back. Come back after the next special so we can promote it too.
Okay.
Zach Miller is the executive producer of The Kim Gravel Show. His production company is Uncommon Audio. Our producer is Kathleen Grant, the brunette exec. Production help from Emily Breeden and Sarah Noto. Our cover art is designed by Sanaz Huber at Mammarian Creative. Our show is edited by Mike Kligerman. Our guest intros are performed by Roxy Reese. Our guest booking is done by Central Talent Booking. Our ads are furnished by True Native Media. And y'all, I want to give a big, huge thank you to the entire team at QVC Plus. And a special thank you to our audience for making this community so strong. If you are still listening, then you must have liked a few episodes along the way. So tell somebody about it. Tell somebody about this show. And join our mailing list at thekimgrabellshow.com. I cannot do this show without you, and so I thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening. I hope you gained a little bit of encouragement, light, and love from watching and listening to The Kim Grabell Show. I love y'all so much. Until next time, bye y'all.